to Everyone Racers,
a show designed for the world of low-dollar racing and oddball car culture.
It doesn't matter what kind of Lemmy Champ or Lucky Track Dog league you run.
SCCA or NASA, we don't discriminate.
as long as you drive it hard and built it yourself.
Join us each week for tech discussion,
Tips, tricks,
as well as news and notes from the world of amateur endurance racing.
whether it's on the spot,
hella sweet,
Or we're lucky enough in Chrissy.
Chrissy,
I give you just the tip.
we're sure you'll giggle a little.
And learn even less.
Everyone report to the paddock.
This is Chris.
This is Chrissy.
I'm Tim.
And I'm Mental.
And we'll get it together eventually. We're Everyone Racers. It's another Peugeot episode. It's episode 401. The Peugeot 401 was a midsize model from Peugeot produced in 1934 and 1935. It was introduced at the October 1934 Paris Motor Show and was again on display at the 29th Paris Show on 1935. It featured a full-page newspaper advertisement placed by Peugeot in Lagos on the October the 10th in 1935 and disappeared from the manufacturer's price list only 3 months later at the start of 1936, reflecting the need to dispose of an inventory backlog. Production of the 401 had already come to an end in August 1935, less than a year after the model's introduction. The limited production Peugeot 401 Eclipse introduced in 1934 was the first series produced car to be built as a coupe convertible with a retractable hardtop that could be removed and stowed under a reverse hinge rear luggage lid. You're probably driving a very old Peugeot, and if you are, you must tell us. But you probably aren't, because you're probably on the side of the road. If you
Ouch.
Peugeot.
It wasn't a very old, but there was an old Peugeot at Pacific Raceways this weekend.
How old?
80s.
Oh, not 30s.
No, not 30s. That qualifies in my world as very old.
Okay, very old. So you're probably not driving a Peugeot anyway, because there aren't many, and you'd be dumb. Anyway, let's go on to what you're working on, Mental. While you're talking, let's hear about what you are up to. It's been a while. Hi, guys. Sorry that we failed last week. We had stuff going on, so I appreciate us flexing, but we're all back together. Nice to see you.
Yay.
Hey. So I just got back from Kent Raceways Kent, Washington Pacific Raceways. More on that in a few moments. And I have now, as soon as we're done recording this, I have to go load the RV. Tomorrow I depart for Utah. I will spend until the 10th at the Salt Flats for that project 213 in 2026. We're doing a test run on the car, do some lessons learned, see if they can't get a couple of us into the 130 mile an hour club. We'll see how that goes. And then I will leave from there and drive straight to Deer Trail, Colorado, where I will be judging the High Plains race, the 24 hours with Eric and Tom Webb and Trapper.
I'm bummed I'm not racing that with the Art Flash team. That was
seriously
so looking forward to doing that.
Man. Yeah, what happened?
I really tried to make it work, but
they were
driving across the country is a problem, as you guys know.
Understood.
Feels like a perfect place to go. You know what, honey? We're going to stop here for the night. I'm just going to go drive a truck. I'll be back.
If only were that easy, because more on that later. Yes. And Chris is hiding his beautiful face for reasons.
Because I'm on a hotspot and I'm running out of data. I'm sitting in our new house with very little in it, hence the echoes that you probably hear. So, hi, everybody. This week I moved. Basically, I drove cross country, Escalade full to the roof, towing the ATC 20-foot enclosed trailer with the Mazda in it. The Mazda is full of stuff, including an engine and a core support and coolers and tools and parts and stuff. The trailer is full of all kinds of other stuff. I am pretty sure I am over the weight of everything that I have.
He's not driving anymore.
Correct. Yep. I was over the weight of everything. But before I left, because as we've talked about, I tend to be risk adverse and I like trailer maintenance. I don't like it. I like the result of trailer maintenance. So I put all new bearings in the trailer, adjusted everything.
Just figured like middle of Kansas, middle of, I don't even know how many places you were in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, you had all the tools, a very large jack right inside the door. So you were like semi-prepared.
Spare car, really.
Yeah, I had the Moto back there too.
The Moto. He was like, should I bring Moto? We're like, you know what? If you're in the middle of nowhere, you can at least scoot 5 miles an hour down the road for 30 miles till you find the next exit. But
Chris with 3 VP cans strapped to ratchet strapped to his back on the Moto.
Around his stomach.
Yep.
That would be great.
Yeah, so I had options, but I didn't feel like using any of those options. I just wanted to drive. So I did all that maintenance. And frankly, it all worked out great.
Yay.
I left Friday at 1:00, drove until I got just east of Indianapolis. Next day, drove from that spot half an hour east of Indianapolis all the way until a couple hours into Colorado. That was 1,020 miles in a day. That was a lot.
That's a lot.
And towing too, heavily.
But you did say that the Cadillac had done a good job and was easy to tow. So you were not necessarily complaining.
No, I was fine. And Escalade is a lovely place to spend time, really, if you had to pick something. Yes, Tim.
What was your fuel mileage?
Around 10.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
For a 15,000-pound rig, including the aero brick of a trailer. And
the aero brick of an Escalade.
Yeah, the Escalade itself does okay. The trailer is when it really drops down. But it was around 10. Like if I was in hilly country, it dropped to 9. If it was more flat, I could get like 11.5. So it was around 10 total.
Not bad.
So I got here and unpacked what I could, and I've been preparing the upstairs bedroom for paint, mostly by removing all the wire closet racks that were in the 2 walk-in closets, and that leaves a shit ton of holes in the walls. So I've been filling holes in the walls, sanding and doing all that crap. Oh, and I also went to my new job for 2 days, there's that too. Needed to do that. So here we are. Now I'm going to Road America for a couple days. I go to my new job for literally 2 days, and I'm like, yeah, peace out. I'm going racing. Yeah, better get used to it.
Gotta go. Sorry, I gotta go see the judge. I'll be back.
Yeah.
No, he is the judge.
I am the judge. Oh. That and trying to get contractors to come and refinish the hardwood floors and refinish the garage floor before anything goes into it.
Before things move in.
Right. And I don't have a mailbox here because they don't deliver mail because we're in the mountains. I have to go to the post office and get a P.O. box, but I don't have an address. I don't have a driver's license. Anyway. Chrissy, you can tell everyone what you're doing while I'm doing all this.
Well, I was not doing any of that because I was still here. I went to the shore. So I went to our family house at the Wildwood Beach, hung out there, a little cold. But I also was trying to assist Chris on his drive. So I was doing all of his hotel finding. So, and any assistance that he needed, I did it from afar. And and then I'm on packing duty. So Chris comes home next week, late next week. So every day I have a couple boxes to fill. We're getting there, but there's still plenty to. We're in this awkward phase of trying to pack stuff, but I also need to live here. So we have to pack some things, but not everything. So we're working on it. Tim, what are you up to?
Well, I am also packing because summer is over. Sad face. So we've started the process. Little camp is probably half packed up. I'm going to do the rest of it when I get back from Road America.
More on that in a minute.
Yep. So deflated paddle boards and cleaned all of those and getting the garage ready for all the things that have to go into it now. So, or reorganizing away from construction in the big garage to storage in those areas. So that was good, but it's typical in our life. So my wife left today to go to New York for the day. She'll be back tomorrow, Thursday. For those of you that
she flew, right?
She flew. Yeah. So she gets back Thursday night. I leave Thursday morning, crack of dawn, to go to the race. I get back I land Sunday at midnight, so I'll get back at 3, and she leaves Sunday in the afternoon to go to California for 3 days.
Are you guys just leaving the car at the airport for each other at this point? I mean,
we kind of are, actually.
Yeah.
Well, and what airport are you guys flying out of? Because it's like right up there in Maine. It's like Steve's airport, and you just like leave the keys with Steve.
It's either Portland. Like she flew from Portland to JFK today, but she's going out of Boston to California, and so am I when I'm going to Milwaukee. So she gets back from California, and then the next day we get in the car and drive across the country. So lots to do.
Meet at the S-Bar at the airport.
Yeah. I should just pick her up in Boston. It's 3 hours on the way, and off we go. So
she'd have time to hit the market and get you guys all your sandwich fixings.
Exactly. So so that's it. So now we're shifting back into California life. I can't wait to get home, get my trailer to the house, and get the race car in the garage. I've got car parts that have arrived. Some I had to ship to Maine because California won't let you ship them there.
What? Is that a thing?
Yep. There are certain vendors that aren't approved in California
because they won't fill out the paperwork
to give you
it's not enough volume of their deliveries. Not even cause you, but have been shown in the past to maybe. So,
right?
For example, a lot of Corey's bathroom remodeling came through Las Vegas.
Oh,
just shows up in my house. I slap a new label on it, write Corey's address, and send it on its way.
That's craziness.
Allegedly.
I don't live in California. Come get me.
Yeah, so that'll be good. I look forward to putting I'm putting a new high pressure fuel pump in it. You've got to replace the lines when you do that. Sure. So I bought those. And then I also bought an entire new timing kit with the VVT sprockets and all the things. So I'm going to try to do a test day on Friday for Buttonwillow, which is what I'm getting prepped for, and hopefully don't need to change all the timing components. But I will if I have to.
Have you ever heard that hope is not a plan?
Hope is not a plan, but preparation. I am prepared
to do it.
To do it.
Okay.
I just don't want to if I don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not that, hey, I hope this doesn't break and I'm not buying any parts for it, but it's more of I have the parts and I really hope I don't have to open the box. So that's it. Yep. I'm going to have 10,000 miles on the truck in no time at this rate.
Pretty much. Chris understand.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And the Merc will
funny, all of y'all are road tripping, and this past week I didn't go anywhere.
I mean,
normally it's
you're making up for it this next week,
right?
Yeah. All of us will all be on the roads at the same times. Hide your children, hide your wives.
In very different places, though.
Yeah.
So we got you all wherever you think you're safe. You're not.
Right. If I try to stop and punch your children or something, what? I still did. Anyway. Okay. It's time. Okay. AI is everywhere, and looking for car damage on rentals is no exception. Brad Anderson from Car Scoops tells us what to expect. Vehicle scanners powered by artificial intelligence have made renting cars through providers like Hertz a major headache for many consumers in the United States. But for buyers of the new Jaguar Land Rover models, the same technology could prove to be a welcome safeguard. Through a new partnership with UVI, all one word, the same company behind Hertz scanning machines, incoming Jag and Land Rover vehicles at major U.S. seaports could be checked for imperfections and damage before they make their way to dealerships. Jag Land Rover is the first brand to employ technology at scale in the U.S. It is installing automated inspections stations at its ports in New Brunswick, Georgia, Baltimore, and Fort Human, California. The vehicles are driven through the stations at slow speeds in a matter of seconds. The system can identify damage as small as 20 millimeters, including tiny dents, scratches, and other damage that could have occurred during production or the shipment process. Any issues that are detected by the system are instantly sent to tables that operators can use. The result is said to be faster vehicle flow and fewer manual errors that could occur when employees personally inspect each vehicle. UVI's vehicle inspection stations come equipped with a suite of underbody scanners, tire analyzers, and 360 exterior detection systems. If these are successful, expect to see them at your local rental establishments and all over the place.
Yes.
I think it's super smart for them to do this as they're accepting these vehicles in. Now, the rental market is a whole nother animal, and there's lots of news on that as well. But I think this is a great way to use it.
Being in the insurance world, this is why there will not be auto appraisers physically as people out there for a whole lot of time, because this just works and it's accurate. Because right now, auto damage appraisal is just like a black art. You look at a dent and say 6 hours and negotiate on that. But once you have actual numbers and math to back it up, you completely change the dynamic of the whole thing. So, yep.
Much like my insurance company lowballed me for the Mercedes, it will now be the work of a computer.
Yep, exactly. All right. Most times when something is hit over and over, people don't celebrate, but not in Wisconsin. They make it a party. Justin Hughes at Jalopnik tells us about how a city throws a party celebrating Big Penny Bridge's 100th too tall truck victim. Some low bridges, like the 11-foot-8 bridge, or pretty much any bridge on Boston Storrow Drive, are infamous for tearing open tall trucks that drive underneath them. But none have as much charm as Big Penny. The 12-foot bridge in Lansing, Michigan's Old Town district that recently claimed its 100th victim since 2004. The bridge is so popular among locals, they threw a party to celebrate this truck-munching milestone. Big Penny is a railroad bridge over Pennsylvania Ave near Lindbergh Drive and Potter Park Avenue. You can even find it on Google Maps by its name. It's unique among bridges that enjoy a regular diet of trucks, and that it clearly shows its intentions with a set of fangs and a pair of googly eyes. While some places outlaw the harmless decoration of public property, Lansing has allowed Big Pennies to remain, perhaps in hopes of attracting truck drivers' attention before driving under it after missing numerous signs and flashing lights warning of the bridge's low height. This has proved to be in vain. Big Penny claimed another victim less than 12 hours after its new face was installed. The free community party featured a giveaway and Big Penny trivia. Ozone's Brewhouse offered themed food and drink specials. Artist Ryan Holmes created a painting of Big Penny during the party, which was then auctioned off. The stars of the show were the local band Deer and Elk, of course, who wrote a song all about Big Penny. At some point, the ever-growing number of truck impacts will probably require Big Penny to be demolished and rebuilt. Until then, we can cheer on its vengeance on truckers who ignore the warnings and drive straight into its Tuesday grasp.
What a
video
great story.
that Deer and Elk have is on the link in our show notes.
Oh,
it is pretty
goodness.
fun.
Such a great story.
Yes.
Don't hit the bridge in the first place, though you'll be newsworthy. So I guess there's that.
Well, you know what won't hit that bridge? An electric car.
Boom.
Do you want one but hate the style? I know we all want to be good to the environment, but we still want at least the threat of oil stains and leaky convertibles. Well, Brett Wiggins at Yahoo Autos has the solution from British automaker RBW, the RBW Roadster, which is a vintage style ride with EV performance. Electric drove it and said, "It's fun, small British style roadster," deeming it responsive and comfortable. Don't be fooled, though, while it is a hand-built convertible and not a classic car conversion. But it is outfitted with modern safety features and a reimagined vintage body. Link is in our show notes.
I like when you sent us that you're like, because the Brits, they're so known for their reliable electrics.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just stop at reliable. Like,
what could go wrong with a British electric car?
Well, it
I mean,
won't leak
it's
oil.
just-
So
They probably will find a way. It's just an MGB body. Like they kind of say, like, "Oh, this classic British design." It's an MGB. Like just because they make the body shells for it, they're like, "We'll use that." Okay, but they don't even say it. Anyway,
You know what else they don't say? How much is it? It's nowhere on the website. It says $1,000 for a deposit. Okay.
and then we'll tell you, and you're just like, that's too much.
And then
And you're like, what else could I?
3 easy payments.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
one really hard.
Really
payment.
hard payment.
it's one of those, if you have to ask, you cannot afford it.
I think that might be the case.
How bad do you want it?
You know what you could afford.
Ooh, okay.
Over at racingjunk.com, they have all kinds of great stuff, including this. If you're ready for Formula One's newest team, but not quite ready for that neck tattoo, bam.
Oh.
Race ready Cadillac CTSV in Windsor, Canada. From the ad, it's going to run classes in ITE, AS, MC, autocross. It can do TT super touring, or you know what? Just take it to the track and have a great time. It's got a logbook. It's got a 400 horsepower stock. That's key, which tells me they know something. Stock LS 6-speed, and the seller claims it runs and drives solid, which it should because it's got urethane suspension bushings and motor mounts with adjustable coilovers, and it comes with spare wheels and tires. It's also got seat brackets for a passenger seat installed. Even though you're not watching this, it's stripped and gutted and has a roll cage. It is street legal. Best part, has a title. And yes, because this builder, who you can trust, sprang for the big package, 36 photos.
It looks like a pretty nice cage, too.
It
Yeah,
really
The whole
Yeah.
car looks very well done. Like good attention to detail.
Yeah.
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 This
Like
would
well
be a-
cared for and nicely, like everything's tied up and like this is a nice
Yeah,
car.
like he's got the
Yeah.
screw-in tie-downs for those big cords.
Right?
Yep. For
Yeah.
under 20 grand. This is a good
Cool
deal.
shirt equipped.
Chris, I think you just need to be friends with them because they have done a good job of cleaning everything up.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice build.
Yeah.
Even got the interior window net. So, oh, yeah, man. So, check that out. That'll be in the show notes. So,
Yeah, but you have to go to Canada to get it. So there's that. They might not like back or something.
pay a tariff on it.
Yeah. Weird.
Well,
Well, it's
if I
racing
learned
junk, though.
anything this weekend, it's at least from a racer perspective. We don't care about Canada. Canada doesn't care about us. We're not getting involved in politics.
Okay.
We're all just racers.
All right. Upcoming races.
Well, Lemons is at Road America, and they are back with 145 teams and a whole pile of noobs. Also, a lot of long haulers. Yeah.
It is Road America.
IWGF from Washington State. Look forward to seeing you guys at the parade. I think that we have all of the major GM brands, Buick, if you count the engines in the TR7, and Ford brands, including the Mercure. They're all represented. Mopar people are out here slacking, though, but not terribly.
They've all rusted away
Terribly.
up there.
Do you know why? Because out of the 145 cars, there are 22 BMWs, 7 Miatas, 9 Hondas, 4 Acuras, 5 Subis, 10 Mustangs. There's more Mustangs than Miatas. 3 Saturn, 3 Volkswagen, and 4 Dodge vehicles. 1 being a Dodge Stealth. Fantastic.
Gonna be awesome.
There are lots of new teams and cars, probably mostly Class B-ish stuff. Eric says there are some really good IOE contenders, and if they all fall flat on their face, there are a couple of other IOE people we can ponder. Maybe
be
cheap,
great.
maybe Cheap Thrills in their North Star. Maybe Racing for Nichols, who said they've never changed the engine or transmission in the car since they bought it in 2010. It's all original crap. The suspension is probably like the cheapest $10 junk they could find. They are fabulous and the least competitive team ever. It runs like 3-minute and 30-second laps at Road America. So if you think the pace car
is not
is
coming
out,
to me. What is that? What is that car?
The Cutlass. Like an old Cutlass.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
that car's so cool.
Yep. Sounds great. Looks terrible.
And then so awful.
And then also the Rambler is back, and this is Albert's swan song with it. He's never won an IOE. He has with some IOE deserving cars like the Eagle Vision, Flathead Swap Mustang. And the Rambler now has a Ford 3.8 liter V8, V6 now rather. But if you haven't seen all over the socials, he is donating it to Lemons of Love. So go and buy some raffle tickets and win the Rambler. Corey Dickman's beloved pink Rambler.
That car's got some heritage. I think everybody is wrenched on that thing at one time or another.
So much.
Even
So
Daniel
much.
drove that car.
Yeah. Well, everyone did. I mean, thing went all over the country. Awesome.
It did. Yep.
Okay. Recent results time.
Hey, as mentioned, I was at Pacific Raceways just this past week. It was miserable. Here I am in this video enjoying fresh salmon and as well as reindeer sausage and also some other snacks provided by Dominic's lovely girlfriend. So under the shadow of freedom, this was wonderful. I'm just doing this to make my co-host jealous, folks, but this video is on the internet. They really took care of us over there. And I'm going to just say straight up, two things about the Pacific Northwest. One, I would have gone into that race and told you that the Midwest drivers are the most polite, that they are now number 2. All right, everyone in the Pacific Northwest. We did not have one egregious speeder in the paddock. Having all of you judge multiple races, just wrap your head.
To Harry somewhere.
Yeah. Now, a couple of people were like, "Hey, bud, slow it down." Oh, sorry. They just absolutely did. It was wonderful. And their bribe game was incredible. Here's how good their bribe game was. We ran out of beer because people didn't just mindlessly bring us alcohol. They brought us all these wonderful, thoughtful, caring, inventive things. This is a 10-millimeter socket with legs because he runs away. So they had a bunch of these. They were giving them to everybody.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
Isn't it? Right?
Dude, the nesting dolls. The nesting dolls were on point.
Hand-painted two sets of Russian nesting dolls. Now, this one's me, obviously. Awesome. And everyone else claimed theirs, but because in 2 weeks, I'm going to go see Eric. So there he is. Yeah. These are so like
cute.
This was all just some of the most amazing stuff. All right. Going through this now. Overall, Team Blackbird, car 695 is a 76 dang old Camaro. That car has been around for like 15 years. It used to be really horrible. The worst damage it ever got actually was at Laguna with another series. And it was at Willow Springs. And they have just gotten over the years better and faster. And I mean, God, they're finishing a race in a Camaro. So they really did great with that one. Class B was Squeeze Box. They are in 04 Honda Accord. Now it's got all the cut out of scrap metal ducting in the hood and the spoiler and the whole 9 yards, but it's an auto. Class C, Slap and Tickle in an 02 Ford Mustang. One of their guys, Red, he's a welder. He stayed up all night Friday night welding on like 5 cars for a bunch of different teams. And they caught up to him Saturday morning and he was kind of like, no, it's good. It's good. You know, very, very punchy because he hadn't slept for a very long time. So wonderful person. Judge's Choice. That was his Fanchero and a 62 Ranchero. Ooh. The Kid looked at this car for 6 years. His neighbor kept trying to sell it to him. You want this car? No. You want this car? I really don't. You want this car? Appreciate it. And finally, his daily driver died. And the guy's like, you want this car? And the kid's like, oh, you know what? I need a car. So he went over there, got it running, and was using it as a daily. They did not have a trailer. So they drove it up from San Luis Obispo to Seattle, Washington, where on the way in the dark on the side of the road, they changed their first rear end. This will become a theme. They did this 3 more times.
No.
4 rears?
No, they had to keep going back and forth because they couldn't get them to seal up. And they were thinking about stopping by Pagels on the way home and getting another one. So 6-cylinder, 3 on the tree. 2 of their drivers couldn't drive stick shift, much less actually drive a 3 on the tree. They learned on the racetrack.
Yeah, it's kind of terrifying.
Well, it is.
Everything's fine.
Clearly, the only issue we had, he didn't hit anything. He stalled, and he couldn't figure out how to get it into first versus third. So they went all weekend, didn't hit nothing. We didn't have to talk to them. So it was pretty impressive. Now, Org Choice was Group 11. They were in an '05 Mini Cooper. They came with a great theme. If you remember all those Nickelodeon shows where the kids would have to wear the safety helmets and run through slime and do all that, there was one, it was in the 90s called Guts. And they set up an entire Guts obstacle course for the cars that got more than 3 penalties, which on Saturday consisted of getting really polite racers. But all of us went over there and ran through it. So you had to do your Guts power pose. So that was me. By the way, it will shock none of you to know that I was the fastest one on the staff. So got my head handed to me by somebody who did it in like 26 seconds. But all right. So so they had that all set up and they kept coming by and they had like slime kits and all sorts of Nickelodeon things to give away. And the kids,
that's a new one.
Absolutely loved it.
Great idea.
It really was. So heroic fix. There's a story here. PP Factor. 420 and a 95 Corolla. Group of guys are actually getting ready to open up. They're out of Canada. They are opening up a high-end exotic car accessory shop. But they decided they want to go racing. So they are there driving around, and it is a bone stock 5-speed Corolla. And they are doing their laps around the track when car number 26 has a little bit of an oiling issue, loses traction, ends up coming out of one of the corners completely backward, goes off, and you can see it on their in-car as the Toyota driver has gone both feet in, and there's a bunch of oil smoke coming out of there. As the smoke clears, here comes a sideways Corolla that is also both feet in, and they ended up hitting each other. And unfortunately, the Porsche could not get back onto track, and they brought a giant potato. And when I say giant potato, I mean back of a semi-trunk, 44,000-pound huge potato. And we met the whole public relations team from the Iowa Potatoes. And Monty is now going to come racing. He's the truck driver. He's like, I never knew this existed. It was awesome. So those two were tied in. The Porsche got screwed. Regional.
Did they make potato salad?
No, but they gave out so much mashed potatoes. So many mashed potatoes. Yeah. I did get the potato salad joke. So, regional was elbows up. This is a hockey term. Recently, it has come to also be in defiance of some of the tariffs, but it's when you're ready to go in hockey, elbows up. So this Canadian team, he found this accidentally, and it ended up with 3 cars before he even did a race. They showed up with 4 cars. This guy is all enthusiasm. Not a lot of finish though. So they ended up getting there late. They didn't get there till Saturday morning. They had 1 car that was finished and ready and on the track. The other 2 were not ready. 1 didn't even have a cage in it. So the tech inspectors were over there 5 times. And they got their Jetta on the track, and then he finally got his legitimate sub $500 Thunderbird Super Coupe bought from an estate running 2 hours before the checker. And immediately the Jetta died. So we figured God will only allow them to have 2 cars on the track at any given time. But the whole time they're laughing, cheering, walking by, thanking us. Half the paddock stopped by to help them, which, we always love seeing that kind of stuff. So that was great. Your HMG, Halloween Meets Gasoline, they came there on a mission. It was car 49, because that's the 49th state. It was the Cordals and all of their associated family in the Chrysler 300 that used to be the Bentley. And then also they're the ones who did the Rushing Nesting Dolls. So now they painted it up like Alaska, and it was Alaska picking on Texas. So the front of the car said, Texas is just adorable. And the back of the car said, Texas is Alaska's little sister. So they were picking a fight with them. And the best part is they were pitted next to the Canadian team. So they set up a border crossing, which we borrowed for Sunday morning, had a whole cantilevered arm and everything. They were in a variety of Alaskan outfits, from prospector to guy riding a bear to literally giant eagle that would just run around and squawk at people in the paddock as they were walking by. And they kept us fed. They had performances. They would come through and do, one of them was in a crab outfit. And they would just run back and forth like a crab and then run out. So, scheduled push performances, and they finally finished a race in that Chrysler 300. So good on them. That was a great one. And our index of affluency. Now, I think, Chris and Chrissy, I think you guys may have seen this team at the last time when you guys judged High Plains, but Tim, I know you are familiar with the delicious breakfast nachos of car 664 Nacho Friend Racing.
Yes.
We started digging into the research on this one, and we realized that that car has done 24 races. They've been racing since 2018. They have never backed out. Once they agree to go, they have never backed out of a race, not once. They had to do one engine change. So the car's basically been running 24 races on 2 engines. And we could not remember any time that they had not finished a race. And as we realized that, they blew a fuel pump with 40 minutes left on the race clock. But we decided that they have done it as a brother and sister and family and the whole 9 yards. That's just a great team. So IOE went to Nacho Friend in an 85 Celica GTS.
Amazing.
That was
good weekend.
Such a wonderful
had fun.
time.
I mean, it sounded like everybody was very nice, but you had a good time.
It really, I figured I was going to have fun. I had even more fun than I expected. That was just a fantastic weekend. Yeah.
Love it.
That's great.
Great.
Yep.
Okay, listen to Feedback Time.
Posted an awesome picture of this Russian nesting doll because we had them for almost all of the staff.
Al Jones said, "Hey, it looks like you screwed the VR settings on the YouTube again."
He's not wrong. Just
it's just a different, and then it's like an actual person.
Thanks for pointing it out, Al.
On the YouTubes from our last episode at Greg O'Brien 4925, Cheese Bolt Enterprises has a colorful 30-year-long history with the LT1 engine family, from pedestrian cast crank Buick Roadmasters on all-terrain tires to drag cars running supercharged 383 LT4s with standalone EFI. We don't know why. It started out as a basic high-tech masochism when we were new to devolving into which devolved into being generally cheap when LT1 parts dropped to zero.
In the early days, we did everything in stone driveways on jack stands. It was miserable. These days, we do it the factory way. On a lift, drop the cross-membered powertrain out of the bottom, much like an exotic European car. Everything on an LT1 4th-gen Camaro is an engine-out job. While building the $240 of pudding, the Z28's engine was dropped completely out of the bottom of the car, a minimum of 4 times. We don't recommend it, but that is the recommended Matthew. Good luck with the sale.
Yeah,
they
the car did
referenced
sell, by the way.
Yes, to that gorgeous Camaro. I'm so glad it went up in price, because when it entered the last 24 hours, I was
cheap.
lobbying hard to Mrs. Mental.
Oh, you
like,
were
you
not.
You don't need a Camaro. And I'm like, that's not really the point now, is it? And look, at 18 hours, the price that Camaro was going for, I was just going to come out there.
Yeah, unfortunately, went up a couple grand in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes. It was a bunch of people like me that are like, well, for that price, all right, 5,000. Oh, okay, that's 7. I will totally, all right, 8.
Okay.
That's the guy that bought it. Actually, he wasn't looking for it. He was bidding on a different car, and didn't like it. He thought he thought there was someone selling the car was fake bidding to bring up the price, and was like, no, screw this car. And he goes, let's see what is ending soon on no reserve, and saw this and said, well, that looks cool. And so he just started bidding on it.
Yes.
Like it was like this guy new to the chat, like 2 minutes, we've already reset the clock a couple times. And like, Chris and I are watching and we're just like, who's this guy? This guy showed up out of nowhere.
That's awesome.
I mean, I've talked to him. He's a real person. He's bought and sold stuff on Bring a Trailer before. Like we had some issues with the Bring a Trailer checkout because it's Paul's car. I was the one selling it. So that initially all the paperwork was in my name. Took a couple of days to sort that out to get it all into Paul's name. It's all done now. But it's a done deal. The guy's buying the car. He's excited about it. Great. I think he got a fantastic deal, frankly. But whatever. The car is going on to a new life. This car's excited. The guy's excited about it. Fantastic.
It was such a great color combo. It really was. It just looked great. Yeah. So, all right. Anyway, Paul John 2521 was asking, does this mean Chrissy is no longer in the propane and propane accessories industry?
Mr. Paul John, it's been a while. I've been out of the propane and propane accessories industry for a couple of years now. Still safety, no propane though.
Still safety, no propane. But if you need propane, there's a new season of King of the Hill.
Oh, is there really? It's still new. They're coming out with new ones.
He's grown up now.
Oh, I had no idea. And at Charles put 2588. If Renee has all of the 945s in California, 944s in California, I'm going to guess that John Ficarra has all the 928s. I'm seeing us on the East Coast. We'll be back. We'll be there.
You know who else is going to miss seeing you on the East Coast?
Oof, don't go there. Yes.
You will end up off the cookie list, Tim. You don't want to do that, bro. Oh. I was going to say, who doesn't have all the 944s in California?
Or 944s in general. Though she would say that they look nice. She was like, oh, that Camaro looked really nice. And I was like, Mom, that's not a car that you want. And she's like, no. But it looks so nice. And I was like, Dad's camera is really great. And Chris takes really good pictures. And let's hard stop. And I said, it's really loud. It smells bad. And you don't want it. She's like,
it doesn't smell bad.
Well, not if I left the ozone generator in it for several hours.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like it was full of mouse poop out of it. Like the Corvette.
Well, it had a very nice nest in the squirrel cage of the blower box. Fortunately, that's easy to remove on this car and clean out. So
that's partially the reason why we have all these parts, because of the first car that we took from Paul. So
yeah.
Yes, there's that. Okay, it's me time.
It is the sausage fest. And who doesn't like a good sausage?
That's the worst. Oh.
Man, you're good. Shoot.
Well, the 10 times. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We've got. Go ahead, Chris.
Just so people this is all about Road America.
Road America
this weekend.
We're not just having a sausage fest.
Nope, we're not hanging with Sergeant Party. It's okay.
Yet you're moving out in this time zone, bud.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Dust off the Speedo.
This time next year, you'll both be dreading the butt.
Mm-hmm.
Not there yet.
The dusty butt.
Let's get there first. Okay. Road America. This is all about Road America. We're going to talk about the actual event and then track walk. Ish.
Yep.
Ish.
So your 11th Supreme Court this weekend.
Who is it?
Yours truly as Chief Justice. Oh, watch out.
What?
It also includes
promoted
Justice Chrissy Matura.
Also watch your
includes
boss. He's kind of a jerk.
Tim Murr. And rounding out this group, Justice Randy Bish. So,
oh boy
is right.
Yeah.
And it's going to be great. And here's why it's going to be great. Because last year, Randy was screwing up the judges with their fake inspection. So
he talks about it like more often than he should on our text line.
He did such a good job with that last year. It was so funny. Like
I
the
think that is his shining moment.
It really is.
Last year. Yeah.
They did a wonderful job with it. Anyway, also have a great media crew working together this time. We got John Griffin,
OMG.
Dante Cavazos, and Jeff Stobbs. So, I mean, there is no way we are not going to have a phenomenal time this weekend. Also, 145 cars. There's going to be some things going on. Y'all best watch out with this.
It'll be fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Okay. I'm going to say this first and then I'm going to say it again. There's a potluck. We're running the potluck. So I'm doing a half-assed job of posting to the socials about reminding you that you're supposed to bring stuff to the potluck. Please just bring stuff to the potluck. And there's a couple of people signed up. There is a sign-up sheet, but really just bring stuff and I'll be really sad if there's 3 potato salads and a salad. This is
actually a great track for the potluck because it's almost a proper indoor area. And then Friday night, you're downtown. So then the potluck Saturday, literally, you've just taken care of all the dinners for the race weekend.
Right.
Just by being social. It's beautiful.
If you don't bring something to the potluck, you come into the penalty box on Sunday, you will pay the price.
Feed them to Michael K's dog because he'll have his dog with him.
Our team usually brings some stuff, so we usually would support a little bit more. We can bring some stuff, but it's all going to be store-bought stuff because all of us are flying in, as we talked about. So please bring some stuff. Bring you some extra, if you don't think that you need to, but we need you to help.
And these are Wisconsin people. It's
not just desserts.
These are good hearty folks. There'll be lots of
cheese,
mayonnaise, and ham sandwiches.
Sausage.
It'll be
so much cheese.
So much cheese. Sausages.
And that's the thing about the judges during the potluck is that who do you not want to aggravate? The judges. So there you go. Bring stuff to
the queen of potluck. Hello.
If Chrissy's aggravated, Chris, Tim, and Randy are going to make her talk to every car because it's funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. Don't make me mad. Okay, let's talk about the track and a little bit more about what's going on this weekend. Road America is one of the premier road racing courses in North America, if not the world. This is from the website, actually. Road America is nestled in the northern Kettle Moraine of Wisconsin and is the varied hilly relief is a legacy of the glaciers meltdown at the end of their last stand in Wisconsin. Views in the fall while driving on the track are spectacular, both colors and topography, but don't be distracted. Road America is a high-speed, high-performance track, but well-driven cars with low horsepower and can make the time on the twisty backside of the course.
They can do their taxes while they're driving down the straight, too.
They can. Yeah.
Yep. All right, let's talk about the schedule. Thursday, September 4th. You can get in at 4 p.m. No, sorry, you cannot get in at 4 p.m. You can start registering at 4 p.m. Registration only. At 7 p.m., the gate opens for paddock parking. So if you're arriving earlier for test day registration, that's fine, but all your toy haulers, RV fleet, MRAPs are all going to have to wait in a staging lot until the gate opens.
Note that.
Right?
So comment on that real quick. You will drive past the small building that is the registration building on your way to the staging area. So get yourself parked in the grass staging area, settle in, walk back over. They'll have multiple windows open before you can go through registration. And it is the second, if you're coming from the main highway, it is the second entrance into Road America to get to that spot.
It's the main gate. It's on the north side of the track, not the other gates, the south side, which your GPS might route you to. If you just say Road America, it'll send you the wrong gate. So just keep going.
I think it's gate 6.
Yeah. Keep going toward Elkhart Lake, essentially, on the main road to Elkhart Lake, and it'll be there on your left, but it's on that main road. Yep. Cool. 7 o'clock. The gate opens and test day registration closes at 10 p.m. Lemons Gate registration closes. No armband, no entry. Friday, 7 a.m. Lemons Gate registration opens. 9 to 5 with a lunch break from 12 to 1 is the optional Friday test day. It's $410 a car, up to 4 drivers with advanced registration. Day of registration is $460. Additional drivers are $25 each. Check the event page for more information. Yes, Mental.
As we're going through this, and we'll talk about this. If you've never driven this course, spend that money. There's a lot of courses, the track day, maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't, maybe your car is going to blow up, maybe it won't. If you've never driven Road America, if you're one of those newbies, spend the money, and because it's a lot. And we'll talk about all of it, but that's a worthwhile investment.
Completely. You're going to find something with your car that you don't like too, because you're not used to this kind of track, probably. So, all right. So, test day, we talked about that. 11 to 4 is tech inspection. You've got your tech times that are assigned. That's your time. You're going to email the link to the high-tech tech assignments. Like now, you should have that. So go look at your tech assignment. This is different. That's tech only. Gear tech is also 11 to 4. BS, when you get to see Tim and Chrissy and me and Randy, that's going to be in downtown Elkhart Lake. So the parade starts at 5. You're probably going to be queuing up before that. So stay tuned to your email for parade instructions. But I think everyone needs to be at downtown by 5 p.m. It's going to be in a parade with the police escort. It has to be all together. So you need to have your stuff together to get in line to be part of the official parade, or you're going to have a problem. So stay tuned to the email.
I would imagine they have a text line. They usually do. So make sure you join that. I'm sure that will be really helpful for times like this. You don't keep refreshing your email, but text will probably come through.
Totally. Absolutely.
Yep.
And
also,
just a word of warning to everybody. If you haven't looked at the weather yet, it is going to be windy on Friday. So like 20 to 30 windy. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not raining, unfortunately, and fairly warm.
Not raining. Yes.
Yeah. Here's another word of advice. The closer to the front of the line you are, the closer to the front of the line you end up in the BS line parked at downtown, which also means the earlier you get to leave. So consider that in how you get in the line.
The closer you are to Stevens, which is where you want to be anyway.
Yeah, the front of the line is more happening than the back. And it's going to take us a long time.
We'll be happier.
Oh, yeah.
Because you won't have walked that far.
We'll be happier. We will entertain your
shenanigans.
Your shenanigans more than we will when we get to the end. So, yeah.
And also make sure someone's by your car when we're coming up to do it.
Yeah.
Because last year, several cars we got to, and there was no one there. So we just glassed them as we saw.
A0, you get it.
I mean, it was whatever we thought, but you don't get a chance. You don't get any input in it. We just was like, if you're no one's there, we're not wasting time. We got a lot of cars to run. We're just going to write something down and walk away. So yeah,
seriously, it's Wisconsin. Get a beer, sit by your car.
Yep, exactly. All right, so Tim.
We are looking for volunteers for 2 people to bring us some carts that we will need for judging. So if you've got a fuel rig that we could borrow for the parade, that would be very much appreciated.
Thank you.
That will absolutely get the favor of the judges for the future. Yes. All right. Then at 9:00, everyone goes back. 9:30, gate registration closes again. So get your ass back there. Cool. Saturday, 7:00 registration opens, 9 a.m. mandatory drivers meetings. Or Tim can tell you what to do. 9:30 grid time. 10:00 to 5:00 is race session 1. And I will give you advance warning right now for those who are gridding up. Don't put on your cheaty tires Saturday morning thinking you're going to get away with it.
You have a gun.
There has yet to be a race that I haven't caught someone on cheaty tires on Saturday morning that we've been judging. So don't do it. Just don't.
Oh, I didn't know these weren't tires.
Don't do it.
I called Jay. I called Jay. It's fine.
Yeah, right. He said, I got these on sale. I don't care. You can't run them.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
And also,
I love a
and
deal.
here's the thing.
Not here.
GD tires. GD tires for 7 hours at Road America? Nope. You're just wasting money.
Yeah, right.
You're,
Throw your dollars
yeah.
out the window.
Your 220s aren't going to last this weekend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Fair warning to everybody. And then, so Saturday after the race, then what happens, Chrissy?
Oh, it is potluck. Don't forget potluck. We're gonna do, even though it's a little bit later, we're gonna do the same timing that I usually do. 6:30 food drop, 7:00, 7-ish eat. So I usually it's
Come by, drop off your food, have a beer, stay
Sure.
local. You got to
Come-
crowd the table, but you
come
ain't got to go
chat.
back to your paddock. You can
that
go
sounds
social.
fine.
Meet your fellow
Bring some
racers.
curds. Bring
Yeah.
some curds.
Right. I love apps. So yeah, if you but we're 7-ish eat. So every once in a while there's a potluck that has 7 on the dot. There's 3 salads and a dessert. And I usually say, let's wait a little bit. But bring your food at 6:30-ish. We'll be around. A table should be set up by then, and we'll be excited to have your food. So please, 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 please bring something.
Yes.
And then come back and get your stuff afterwards too.
Sure, that'd be great,
stuff
too.
gets left
Yeah.
afterwards. Come back and get it. Sunday.
Monster Truck Sunday.
Oh.
Truckosaurus. 9 a.m. 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. is race session 2. Awards 4:30. 6 o'clock. That's when Truckosaurus comes out, stops eating cheese, and comes out and eats all your cars.
It's going to be a gear crunching, tire smoking, tobacco satisfying free for all.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
We are going to have a good time, people. So you best bring a good attitude and your best driving behavior, because of the 145 cars. We've got to keep a lid on things. We can't let things get out of control or bad things happen, because you're going very, very fast at some parts of this track.
my
And
goodness.
it doesn't take much in the way of bad driving to cause a multi-car pileup and lots of problems. So we're not going to be real lenient.
You'd be surprised how quickly you can fill up all of the track with wreck car and everyone just backs it up for like a mile.
Speaking of the track, this track is big. It is 4 miles long with 14 turns. Track surface elevation drops 160 feet from the start-finish line to the straights between turns 11, which is the kink, and 12, Canada Corner. Those of you in low horsepower cars, bring a book, because it's going to feel like you have to climb all the way up the side of a mountain to turn 14, from turn 14 to the start-finish line. There's tons of runoff room at all the high-speed corners. I would say, with the exception of 5, you can get yourself into a little bit of trouble. But we'll get to that.
Yeah, and you're going real quick.
Real quick. The track surface is uphill from 14 to 1, and then downhill 1, 2, and 3, all the way down into 5. Then you'll kick back uphill for 5 and 6, downhill 6 and 7, pretty flat through 9, 10, the carousel into the kink, and flat from Canada Corner until you get around 13, and then back up the giant mountain you go. There are some really, really fast corners if you're set up correctly. 7, the carousel, which is 9 and 10, the kink on 11, and 13. 13 I never got right, by the way. Or maybe I did and it just felt bad. I'm not sure. But there's some really fast sweepers, 14 and 1, and then there's turn 12, which you enter as one of the fastest straights off the track. The long straights are 14 to 1 and 3 to 5 down the hill, and in lower horsepower cars, 8 to 12. Chris, why don't you tell us about the weather?
I think Mental's going to do that.
Oh, Mental, why don't you tell us about the weather?
That's why it's in blue.
Going to be partially cloudy all weekend. Now, it sounds like it's going to be lovely. I say partially cloudy, partially sunny. So, big puffy clouds with a high of basically the temperature every day is 75 to 77 degrees. The overnight lows 54 to 57 degrees. Friday, 10% chance of rain. Saturday, 34%, and then back down to 20%. So be a lovely fall weekend. Bring a jacket. It's going to be hot during the day, but you're going to wish you had your coat downtown.
Yep. Let's talk about track a little bit. Track, I'll take the first couple corners here. So turn one, you just drove up this huge hill. You're coming through start finish. The hill crests while you're still flat out, and you're hauling the mail. All right. Now you got to call that.
Or you're in fifth gear in a Miata with the rev limiter.
Yeah, pretty much. This is as fast as the car goes. That's it. Most of our old AMG is at 142 on the straight. So that gives you an idea. So you got a nice view, though, as you crest this hill. So it's really, you got to brake in a straight line. You got to keep your eyes up and start braking somewhere after the first corner station. And it's going to take a while to brake. There's a lot of people are going to be trying to probably dive bomb you on the inside because there's going to be huge speed differential. So watch your mirrors, especially as you're kind of cresting that hill before you're over the crest so you can see who's behind you. Check and make sure that like Tata isn't coming up the inside at 150. So
as you want to do.
Seriously. So keep an eye on that as you're coming into the braking zone. So then after the one marker, start to bend your car to the right. It's a kind of fairly standard right turn at turn one. It's nothing really special. It does go downhill a little bit. There's a lot of runoff room, which is nice, but in a standard normal right-hand turn, which is good. So turns 2 and 3. Turn 2 isn't a turn. It's straight. I don't know why they call it a turn, but it's straight. It's slightly downhill. Turn 3, though, is about 110 degree right-hand turn going onto the second longest straight of the track, where you go into the Sargento Bridge. So after you come out of turn 1, try to come out in the center of the track to the lower point of the Briggs and Stratton sign. That way there's no turn 2. Go ahead, and then after the Briggs and Stratton sign, aim for the cupola on the top of the bathroom building in the distance, the left bottom of the hill. So you're going to be going downhill at this point, an angle to the left, brake in a straight line in your braking zone for 3. And you've got to take this correctly because, again, you're coming to this really long straight afterwards. So get your braking done smoothly, downshift, turn in, and be slow enough that you can apply power from your apex to your track. I'll get on the power early. It's going to help you on that long straight. And then just enjoy the ride all the way down that really long straight. Tim, you want to take over from here?
Sure. So from turn 3 down the hill to turn 5, it's the second fastest part at the racetrack. Tons of passing will happen, and just check your mirrors. There is a little bit of a bend in this downhill straight. So the track will look like it starts to fall away from you. So keep your eyes up. Don't get locked in your mirrors, looking around at traffic around you. Make sure that you're focusing on where you're headed. As you come down into this, you will see on the right-hand side a light tower, which will be flashing yellow if there is a caution. And the flag stand is on the left at the apex. You will see the lights on the right way before you'll ever get eyes on that turn 5 flagger. So keep your eyes up on that. This is a probably 110, 120 degree turn. It is a heavy braking zone. And last time I ran this, there were cars that did not do this well and went straight off. There is a gravel pit there, but you will go through the gravel pit and hit the wall. So
yeah, one more
slow
thing
you
on that.
down, but not enough.
It's Jim. The braking zone, the pavement in the braking zone tends to get ripples depending on how long it's been since they've resurfaced the track, because of like they run serious cars and speed on this thing. And those cars, when they're braking so hard, they will washboard the pavement because of how hard they're braking in this area. And that will make it so our janky S cars will not be able to brake as effectively as you're expecting.
This is definitely one of those ones you build up to.
Yeah.
The first
Oh,
time
yeah.
you go too hard as you exit, you'll know.
Mhm.
And then just back off. And then just bear in mind, as your day goes on, the person driving the car at the end of the day isn't going to have nearly as much brakes as the person in front of the day, because they're like
Four
eight
tires
turns
for that matter.
exactly like this one, where you are on a long straightaway where you're using all of the RPMs and you have to get it down into third gear. So it's just hard brakes, and it's putting a lot of heat into those.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to drive that track freshly repaved, and it was fantastic. But that was a few years ago. So really good point, Chris. Really good point. So as you're approaching 5, get your braking done early in a straight line. Look out for that dive bomber coming up the inside. You will see that happen. But you're going to set up, it's a fairly late apex turn. The curbing on the inside is pretty friendly from what I remember. But the curbing on the exit will rattle you up a little bit. It won't unsettle the car, but it'll certainly get your attention. But as you're coming up out of 5 up to turn 6, you'll see the bridge above you. You want to brake just before the crest. And as you get to the crest, release the brakes a little bit, allow the car to settle. If you've got any shifting you need to do, downshift it. And then you're going to want to turn in fairly late on this turn 6. Let the car run all the way out. You can use the rumble strips there. Once again, they're not soft. They will get your attention, but they are usable, and they won't chuck the car anywhere that you haven't really seen. As you're approaching turn 7, the flag stand is on your left. It's kind of out of the way. So as you're exiting turn 6 and tracking out, take a peek over at that flag stand. Turn 7 is a surprisingly quick turn. You don't need to brake as hard as you think you do. So let the car, I would suggest not a heavy brake stab, a little bit of a light brake pressure, scrub a little bit of speed off, and just kind of roll through that turn a couple times. Go ahead, Mental.
Now, it doesn't require a lot of heavy braking, and it is a smooth, but you have to force your eyes all the way through that corner, because you are slightly going downhill, and just the way it's laid out, you kind of get lazy. And at the end of the corner, oh crap, I did not apply enough steering input. And so you don't want to do that. So make sure your eyes are going all the way through that corner as you're going through 7. And that's the one,
Absolutely.
yeah. And as you were coming into 6, there's a strong possibility that somebody that is in a faster car backed off the throttle so they wouldn't have to go on the inside of you in 6, and they're going to try and go on the outside of you in 7. So even though it's you're not having to do much dramatic input, follow all the steps, clear your mirrors, get that eyes on that flag station, look for your apex, and make sure nobody's about to come around you on a side you're not expecting.
Definitely. All right. So as you come out of 7, slowly and smoothly let your car come back to the right side. It is a little downhill as you're coming down to turn 8. And it is a hurry downs on the hill.
Yeah, you pick up a lot of velocity if you come out of 7, right?
Yep. It's fun. It's a really fun stretch. I love the 6-7 stretch.
Yeah.
So as you're coming down in there to get set up for 8, it is another very late apex turn. Get your braking done in a straight line, turn in, get back on the power as soon as you can. There is runoff room as you exit turn 8. use it. Get your eyes off of that apex, get your eyes on the exit. You'll get to open that wheel a little bit sooner and get back on the throttle a little bit faster. It's a little bit off camber and it's still going a little downhill. So make sure you're smooth and keep the throttle modulated. As you're coming up to
and as you're coming into 8 also, this is a great passing zone. So a lot of people are going to outbrake you going into that corner if they're in a faster car. And then a lot of people are going to try to outbrake you and realize that they've cooked their brakes because there's a whole lot of you're in 5th gear and then you've got to shut it down into 3rd gear corners, and they're not accounting for this and their brakes are going to go soft. So just look everywhere Tim told you to, but be aware of what's around you, because that's a good place to collect up somebody that. Sorry.
No, absolutely. That's a great point.
This one's my favorite one. I love 9 and 10.
Good. You talk it through, Mental.
And that wasn't why I was trying to say that, but all right. So as you are coming out of 8, very traditional late apex, 9-degree corner, you're going to go right back under another sausage sign after you're coming out of hurry downs. And this is where you're getting into the carousel. Now, it's labeled as 2 turns, and you have some experimentation ability in this one, but it is a giant power sweeper all the way around. Depending on your car, you're going to do this at the high end of 3rd or even 4th gear, and there will be people that will pass you on the outside. There's a lot of grip. There's a lot of runoff. You cannot be stupid, but you can push it a little bit as you're coming into this, but you have got to keep your eyes through that corner the entire time because you are on that for a while. So get the car to take a set. Now, some will tell you to take it as 2 apexes. I found that it was just really better for me to take it as 1 long one. That's a style thing. Tim, how did you do it?
I was the same. I kind of got the wheel set and tried to kind of maintain that through there and modulate the, my turning more with my right foot than with the steering wheel. So
it's more about how you exit the corner than anything else.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yep. So you're going to come through there and you're going to be pointed now. The regular race series, they will continue to go straight, but you're going to come out of there and you'll be pointed to the kink. And this is another chance for you to pile on a whole lot of speed that you've immediately then got to suck back out. So be aware of that one. So you're coming out of 10 and you're going to be on the left side of the track. Now, the flag station kind of for the next series of corners is sort of up the hill there on the left. And then there's another one as you are coming into the kink. It's not numbered, but it's part of 11 as you're coming through there. Now, the kink is a literal left and switch right back to the right. And we're going to run it because it slows you down. Otherwise, you're going to go into 11 with too much velocity. So you're going to exit 10 on the right side of the track. And as soon as you are safely capable, check all your mirrors because people are going to be they're going to be carrying a lot more speed out of the carousel and they're going to be trying to get around you. But you want to get back over to the right side of the track, get on the brakes, and then get down probably into 3rd for the first left hand. And you really, at least in the cars that I was driving, I didn't even have to apply any throttle. I would get it into 3rd, initiate into the corner with just barely maintenance throttle, and then back to the right to exit the kink and then set it up towards 11.
I loved that little section. People got way too slow in that left-right combo. If you brought it in with some pace and you weren't afraid to throw it through those turns, you could catch people coming out of that and get on them quick as you're approaching turn 11 and make really good passes going down that hill.
Now, if it's anything with a solid rear axle like a Camaro or a Mustang, just let it be. It's fine because they're not going to be able to make those corners, especially with power on. And then that brings you into 11, which is also, as we keep saying a lot, there's a lot of these very high speed turns. So fast sweeper. You are exiting the kink. So there's a little bit kind of some runoff right there, but just don't. It's not good. You want to take it in the traditional kind of, late apex, early turn in. A lot of times, because people are coming out of that 9, 10, 11 complex carrying some speed, you are not going to get that whole corner to yourself. You're going to have to go through it with a partner. So just know that the inside does not afford a lot of grip and the outside gets dirty. So in either case, you could have the rear end step out on you. So just be smooth on that one and roll into it. So you come in, you kind of bend it in. It's late apex, it's going to be on your right, and then let the car track out. There is actually, the track widens right here, and you're going over a hill as you're coming out of 11. So you've got some runoff room, but make sure you look around as you come into 11A and what they call kettle bottoms. So you're going to have the suspension partially unload, and then it's a slight left. Just stay on the throttle. And, if you're in a slower car, look for higher horsepower stuff coming out on you before you come into the famous turn 12, Canada corner. Anybody?
So good.
Why is it famous?
I'll take 12. So turn 12 is really, really heavy braking. It's probably the hardest braking you're going to do at the track. And it's important to be very smooth with this and get this turn right, because as you come up out of 12, you really want to set up for 13, because going from 12 to 13 is severely uphill. So if you are in a low horsepower car and you get 12 wrong, the entire pack is going to go by you as you approach 13. So get on the brakes, get your braking done in a straight line, release the brakes. I didn't find trail braking very helpful in 12. And there's some curbing that you can use, some rumble strips that you can use, and there's room left of the rumble strips that you can use to bail out if you have to, if something gets messy in front of you. But if you do use that, it's really hard to be in a good position to make 13. So 12, it's about getting it right, late apex, hitting your exit spot so you can get back to track right to set up for coming up over the top of the hill on 13.
And everyone forgets about 13. Like, it's like, oh, I went through Canada corner, and then you got, turn 14 on the straight,
man,
13.
Canada corner, what a laugh. This was,
Right. Exactly. And then 13 catches you by surprise, and then it screws you all up from 14 if you didn't do 13 right, because you came out of 12 wrong.
Right? So it's
Yes.
Yeah.
Gets right again too.
You keep climbing the hill from 12. So, and then it goes to the right a bit. Okay. You got to get to your apex, but track out is way past the turn, like on your right. So this is really just a fast sweeper to the left. But if you're coming into it wrong, now you're going to be way early on your track out, and you're going to have to pinch the car, and you're going to have to slow up, and it's going to screw up turn 14, and it's going to be a whole mess. So lift off your throttle on the way in, touch the rumble strips on the right, gradually get on power depending on where you are as you're getting toward that apex, and unwind the wheel. But don't be a hero in 13. Survive 13 so that you can come through 12 correctly and that you can set up for 14 correctly. But too many people get stuck in 13 doing the wrong things because they done screwed up otherwise.
Yeah, I found in 13 it was like eyes up is probably more important in that turn than any other turn, because you crest the hill, and you need to have a good understanding and awareness of not only where you are as you're kind of hitting that curbing on the inside or approaching the curbing on the inside, but what direction you're pointed, because the grass comes at you fast if you came into that too shallow, right? And if you did it correctly, you probably would have overslowed, because there's a ton of track if you've got your car pointed in the right direction. So it takes a couple to get used to it, but play with that a little bit.
You said like you
effects
never
on the
felt
neck.
like you got it right. And I really enjoyed 13. And I found that as if you had it angled just right, you would crest and you weren't side by side with somebody, you could let the car float a little and then it would catch right there. And if you didn't have to put any steering input as it catch, you've done it right. The one
No,
that I
13, I like 14. I screwed up every time.
Yeah,
I felt like
that was 14, and it looks so simple. You
Yeah.
can see it coming. It doesn't even sneak up on you. Never felt like I got that one right. Yeah.
So between 13 and 14, there's a very important sign on the left where you will see a flag, which is black in color with your number on it.
Hopefully, you
So-
will not see that. Actually,
Yeah.
you will not.
So that's where it is. You'll see it there. Big display. Don't say, "Oh, I didn't see it. I drove around for 15 minutes with my number being displayed." It's giant. You can't miss it. Just look for it.
It's one of like the roadside signs that we
Yeah.
use at the 24-hour race. It's you, home slice.
Mhm.
And the fun part is when we get so many, because like everybody passed under yellow, that like the numbers aren't showing up as they're cycling through and the cars come through.
Yep.
But you
Yes.
know you passed under yellow, so just go.
You totally
There's
did.
that.
Yeah.
Shoot.
So 14 is important to get right because you are going to be going for what feels like driving all the way to Texas.
Do your taxes. Bring your taxes.
Oh my goodness.
And do them.
A nice Sudoku. You can work on that.
Call
while you're
your
there.
grandma.
Yeah.
Eat a
Yeah.
sausage. All
This-
these things.
It really is. This is, you're going to be going fast, but this is a great time to literally take a good deep breath.
At your fingers. Yeah.
Wiggle your
Check your-
fingers, wiggle your toes,
Check
All right.
your gauges.
scan those gauges. Because you're going in a straight line, you know who you're going to pass, you know who's going to pass you. You're staying out of the way. You don't
Say
need
hi
to be
to
in the
your
middle.
friends as you're passing the paddock, like, especially if your radios don't work all the way in turn 11 because it's far away. Now is the
Yes.
time to radio into your friends.
Yes. If you're doing like the Baofeng radios, you're only going to get radio coverage there. The rest of the track, forget it. But this is a good time to take stock of yourself and stock of the vehicle. You've got the time. Breathe, relax. It's a gorgeous day. You're on literally one of the most historic racetracks in the world.
So
Yeah.
as you're going past start finish, and you are topping out all of your gearing, you've got people going very different speeds, probably 20-mile-an-hour differences would be pretty conservative in that at the top. And now you've got cars coming on track. So be careful if you're one of those faster cars, don't go whipping around the car on the right and not seeing, that cutlass coming out on track. So it could get real messy in a hurry.
Looking
I had-
majestic AF.
yeah. I had a couple instances where it was someone trying to pass me and then somebody trying to pass him. And now all of a sudden we're 3 wide and then someone's coming out on track and now we're 4 wide. So it can happen pretty quick. Just keep your eyes up, keep your head on a swivel and try to predict what the other people are going to be doing around you.
It's not
Good
like they
luck.
sneak up on you. You can see them forever. Like, once you crest that hill, like, oh, they're just now finishing the gas.
But
into that vehicle.
145 cars. So there's
Yeah,
a lot
true,
of people to
true.
watch out for. So
145 cars over 4 miles. You're not going to win the race in this corner. Just give up this corner. You'll get them on the straightaway. It'll be fine.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a fun track. You're going to be glad you're there. But
You are. I wish
not-
I was.
do not stop paying attention, even though you feel like you might sometimes. It's a long straight or things like that. You need to be watching because the speeds are real.
A couple other things, non-track things. They do have showers.
Thank you for talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
the facilities. That's great.
Yep. They do have a place to get some food and a little snack shop there.
It's pretty decent, actually, too.
Yep. Yep, food is pretty good. I was surprised they didn't open as early as I expected for like breakfast and coffees. So prepare yourself for that. Maybe make sure if you are an early riser, you plan to have your own coffee made. But yeah, food is pretty good. The facility itself is just spectacular. And it is expansive. So
Yeah.
it's going to be very hard to drive 10 miles an hour from your paddock space when you have to bolt something back on your car and get back to pit in or track out rather. So 10 miles an hour, it's going to be brutal. So settle in, take your time. You're not going to win in the paddock.
And guess who loves
you
to make
will
people
lose
drive
in the
around?
paddock. Yeah.
Yeah, guess who loves to make people drive around real slow for a long time while he gently rides a bicycle and talks to people and things while he watches you. Hi, Tim.
Hi. Yeah, walking. Just remember, walking pace. It's a fast walking pace. I need to get my steps in, so I'm happy to walk around for a while and have you follow me.
Especially
I will
when we're
first.
stuck
Okay.
in Judge's lane.
Yep.
We got steps to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you need anything at all during this event, you basically need to go back south away from Elkhart Lake to what
Plymouth.
town is this called?
Plymouth.
Wisconsin.
Plymouth,
That's where
yeah.
you're going to have most of your gas and some stores and things like that. That's your best bet. It's not that far,
Lovely.
unfortunately. It's not like you're at High Plains where you have to drive 20 minutes to get to the one Sinclair or the really good Mexican restaurant.
Yeah. Plymouth is a lovely cafe where I went to last time I was there. And funny because I went out to my truck to put on a sweatshirt and they laughed at me because they were all in shorts.
Good. Well, we'll hit that up for breakfast on our way in on Friday.
All right. I have to look up the name now. Yes. So, all right. That is awesome. Hey, listeners, Road America veterans, did we miss something? Let us know. Put it down in the comments. Send us an email, send us social. Go complain to the judges at Road America and tell them they got it all wrong.
Please do.
I mean, I'm not sure what we got wrong, but you can bring something to the potluck and then maybe we'll be friends.
We could talk about it at the potluck.
Good.
Complain to the judges after you bring something to the potluck. There you go.
Good. Yeah. I don't
Also, worth mentioning, all of y'all are traveling. So think about that with your bribes.
Randy's driving, but the rest of us are flying. So Randy might just be taking an entire Suburban full of booze home, which
I was yeah.
I wouldn't put past Randy,
is he bringing the B body or is he bringing his, one of his Subarus?
No idea. Whatever's running at
I don't
the
think
time.
he knows either. I think he's going to figure it out with whatever's running. All right. Outstanding. I am jealous of all of you guys. So, next week, I'll show you. Well, I'll be able to show you my judge's outfit for High Plains. We're doing a judge's theme.
Are you? Great. We've got a lot of fun things up our sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be great.
Be prepared for a door prize, people. It's classic.
It's the worst.
I don't know what the door prize is. You don't want to get 3 penalties.
Mm-hmm.
It's a time suck.
It's so good.
I want to do that anyway. It's the better idea. All right. Next week, we're just going to tell you what happened this weekend.
And we'll talk about the 24 at High Plains.
Yeah. Yes. All of you.
Right in your backyard.
Double race weekend.
So much.
Yep.
I cheated and read ahead to the OTS.
Didn't put it there.
I did.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about it?
Right.
I have observed whiteboards. Okay, yeah. Ask the question first.
So on the spot, how do you guys track your car's maintenance and or project lists? How do you do it?
We have a
whiteboards. I have
What do you have?
I have four whiteboards, 2 of which I literally made into a rolling like chalkboard type thing so it can wheel around my garage, or I can push it outside as shade when I don't need the sun coming right directly into my garage.
What about the history of it,
The history of the
of the vehicle? Like, let's say you have a, I don't know anyone
the
that would
whiteboard.
do
I was
this.
like, I went
Yeah,
to
I don't know.
Walmart,
Yeah.
got the
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, and you expect me to think about last year? No.
Like, let's say you had a car that maybe, I don't know, like the company was no longer in existence and you had to find parts for it that, clutch.
Oh, yeah.
You can only get them now from like a
37
Polaris.
open tabs on my phone.
Yeah.
I save receipts from all the online orders we do into folders for each cars, so I can go back into history and look like, what was that Rock Auto order I made?
Of course you do.
November of 2023, and it's there.
Of course.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Well, the drive.com has a free app, which is a godsend for people that have weird project cars or have a hard time keeping their receipts and all the things. It is a app called Manila, and it is absolutely free. It has all of the things that you want to put in there. So you could put in notes, to-do lists, parts lists of what you have, you could put photos of the receipts that you have, pictures of things that you had a hard time doing. Like, let's say you're trying to figure out, all right, how many screws and bolts go into holding this transmission to the engine and where are they? You could take a picture of it, upload it into this. It's really, really cool. The best part about this, I think, is that you have a search and filter function on this. So you can say, show me all of the things about my notes that have to do with a electrical problem that I've had, or however you want to put it in there, and it will pull up all that data for you. It's really slick. It's well built. And I'm using it for my 59 El Camino, so I'll keep you posted on how it goes. Yeah. So I thought it was pretty cool. We'll more on that as we progress.
Cool.
Fantastic.
All right.
I know it's better. I'm just going to stick with giant stack of sticky notes, 37 open tabs, and hastily scribbling stuff on a whiteboard.
So no one is surprised.
As you would.
At least you're realistic about it, Mental.
Yeah, exactly.
As you would.
Yeah. There's certain things like, oh, wow,
brand.
I really adapted to this well, but no, it's probably because it will work. Yeah. There's a new person at work, and every time she comes over to my desk, she's like, I can't ever look at your computer screen because you have too many open tabs and it makes me twitch.
I mean,
I'm the same way.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Every time you share screens, I'm like, Great.
Yeah. Mental's the type of guy that has 3 screens just to manage all of his open tabs.
Well, don't forget
Anyway.
I've got some spreadsheets, and I keep I have regular emails that I send out, so I keep those open on Word documents. So
He's right now saying, I'm in this picture and I don't like it.
Yeah.
And we love you for it.
We're not doing anything here. These people want to get on with their lives.
That's right. They want to go to Road America and swing by a really
see you at
good
the
cheddar
racetrack.
shop and get something for the potluck. Yes.
So good.
Don't forget about the potluck.
Please.
Yep.
Saturday.
All right.
All
right.
See you guys
See you at
at
the
the
track.
racetrack.
See ya.
Be
Bye,
safe,
everybody.
guys.
Thanks for downloading us. We hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Everyone Racers. We also hope you will join us in the world of driving, racing, and building, because everyone can be a racer, even you. If you enjoyed this podcast, subscribe. It's totally free. Then go to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. Even if you hated us, give us 5 stars and tell us why. If you have any questions or show ideas, drop us a comment on our Facebook page, Everyone Racers, or email us at everyone.racers@gmail.com. You can still text us at 484-243-0455. Find us on Instagram at everyone.racers, YouTube and Facebook under Everyone Racers, or even Reddit at /E1R. Thanks again, and until next week, keep the shiny side up, unless, like us, there is no shiny side, then just keep those wheels down.